This is Sandlot Assassin. I'm going to be doing a Rome Total War replay for you today. In this battle, I command the Macedonians, and my opponent, PalangitePower, commands Thrace. So while we're waiting for him to deploy, let's look at my army here. I have 4 units of companion cavalry, they're gold, 6 units of royal pikemen, gold, and 2 Cretan archers who have gold attack. But yeah, I wanted to apologize for my last Rome Total War battle. I had an extremely loud game noise volume. I mean, I could barely hear myself in my video, and I didn't even realize it. So I wanted to say sorry for that, and I did fix it, or I should have fixed it. So let's look at PalangitePower's army here. He commands Thrace, as I said before. His army build is 4 phalanx pikemen, gold, silver, 2 militia hoplites behind those guys. They're maxed out completely. 6 units of militia cav, 2 on each wing and 1 in the back. They are gold, silver as well. He then has 2 bastarnae, right on his right and left flanks, 1 on each flank. They're gold. And then he has 2 falxmen, and they're right in front of those bastarnae that I just mentioned. They are gold, silver. And then he has 4 archers who have gold attack and 3 chevrons of experience. So yeah, he's going to bring up his army here. He's going to rush them up this small incline of a hill that I was on. So me and our archers are going to start exchanging fire here. I'm aiming for his falxmen here because I don't want them to be able to. I know my phalanxes will be able to handle his phalanxes, but I didn't want his falxmen and bastarnae to be able to cut into my flanks because against other infantry, those guys are amazing against other infantry. So we're still skirmishing here at the beginning of the battle. He's going to begin moving his militia cav up to try and strike my companions. I'm pretty sure they do get a few. Oh no, they don't. I charge with my companions to drive them away. He did this on both wings. And he actually got a few of my guys with his spears he was throwing at me. So I wasn't really sure what to do here because he had his guys and they were in skirmish mode, so I wasn't gonna waste my guys and just charge after them and waste all their energy. So I moved my cav over to way behind, well not way behind, but right behind his army, and got a good. I feigned a charge to his infantry over here, and then I went back for his militia cav, and then I came back for his infantry, and at the same time I was bringing up my pikes, so I could begin the infantry fight. And then over here, I decided to pull my cavalry out and attack his cavalry, but he had 4 units of militia cav, and they just surrounded my guys, and my guys routed, and then he killed my general. But with my 2 other cav on my right flank, I started chasing down his archers who were retreating from my pikes. And over here, you can see the infantry fight has started. Yeah, my gold royal pikemen were gonna beat his phalanx pikemen, like, not even close. They didn't have a chance. He's going to attempt to do a hammer and anvil here, but I got these guys to rout, and I saw he was doing that. So I mean, they didn't really get too far before I got them to rout. And then he just charged in his maxed out militia hoplites, who if they were in phalanx mode, they would have done more damage than they did, but they didn't really even do that much damage anyway. They routed just instantly. They didn't.
The gods have filled the enemy general with fear. Now he flees the field like a
and his
coward.
general was with these phalanx pikemen, so they didn't. And they routed. So then he tried to get another charge on my. I think this is my last companion unit. Yeah, this is my last unit of companions. But then I brought up my pikes and they just routed. And then his army wasn't full retreat, but then a few of his phalanx pikemen came back, and one of his falxmen, and I think it's all 4 of his archers came back. I don't even know if they started routing. Yeah, but I got my cav mixed up too bad in this fight, and he brought up some pikemen. So as his army reforms, I'm gonna reform my guys. I mean, I'm pretty sure like almost all of his units came back from routing. Like most of them did. Like he still has 5 of his militia cavalry. At least. I don't think he has a 6th one anymore. But then he still has both of his militia hoplites that were routing came back. 2 phalanx pikemen came back. These falxmen and these bastarnae came back. They all came back. So seeing these militia hoplites weren't facing me, I began using my archers to shoot at them with their superior range, and because they weren't facing me, so I would get some pretty good kills. But he ran them away before I got more than one volley in. And I believe he's moving his cavalry onto my wings. I'm pretty sure he tries to take out my archers right here. And I'm gonna move this unit of royal pikemen back right here, seeing what he was doing, and I'm gonna begin shooting at them with my archers. And he's gonna take out quite a few of my archers right here. I didn't respond quick enough. But then my archers rout his cav, so I'm kind of glad I didn't want to lose my archers there. That would have been bad. But he still has these other 3 units of militia cav on my left flank. So I'm gonna shoot at them with my archers now to discourage them from attacking. But then one of his units, actually both of his units that I routed a second ago, just came back again. And I'm gonna rout 2 units of actually 3 units of his archers. But then again, he just brought his cavalry and routed one of my Cretan archer units. And then again, he's just gonna run away. And look, another one of his archers came back again. And so did this one. And then he's just gonna move the rest of his infantry way back into the back of the map. Yeah, but you can see from all the dead bodies how few of mine there are and how many of his. I mean, right here, there's obviously my phalanx wall, and all of his guys didn't really stand a chance. And look, I lost 3 guys total. And over here, the difference is ridiculous. same thing, like all through here. The one thing I didn't do very well in this battle was use my cavalry to my advantage. Like I separated my cavalry force into two parts, and they each had 2 units instead of keeping them all. Instead of keeping one stronger unit of 4 cavalry. And on this flank, they just got overwhelmed by all of his militia cav, and they got tangled up with some. Actually, no, they didn't. They just got overwhelmed by his militia cav. Like over here, this is almost as bad of a ratio as it was over here with his infantry. It's actually probably worse. I mean, he might have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 dead horses, maybe. Over here's a little bit better. But I mean, I had companion cavalry. They're pretty, they should be pretty heavy. Especially against militia cav, but apparently not. On what that shows right there. And then on this wing, I had a little bit better luck. I got some charges in over here on his infantry and his cav, and then they chased a bunch of his archers down here. But then they eventually routed too, so it doesn't matter. So this is where he's going to make his final stand right here. He puts his last phalanx, any phalanx capable troops, into a phalanx formation. And he's just gonna stand there and wait for me. I forget what I do. I think I start shooting at him with my Cretans here in a minute. I start shooting his Falxmen because they have the most people, and they have the least protection against arrows. Oh yeah, there they go. And there goes a guy, burnt to death. And I get my phalanx, my pikes down just in time. And see, his guys are routing instantly. And then he gets a decent charge into my phalanxes here, but my pikemen were in phalanx formation, and 1 unit routes, and then the rest of his are there goes the rest. And then his phalanx is over here. His militia hoplites fully upgraded. Militia hoplites fully upgraded or routing. He's gonna double team this. He has 2 phalanx pikemen on this 1 unit of my royal pikemen, but it's not gonna make a difference. They're just gonna, as soon as this unit routes, they're just gonna turn to this unit, and then they're gonna rout, and that's the last of his force. Except for this 1 unit of Falxmen that came back again. And I think they're just gonna rout. Just and his cav came back again. I mean, I've never seen this many units come back in a fight before. I mean, it was pretty ridiculous. Yeah, his units are gonna break instantly. Like, he was just bypassing my archers. I thought that was kind of funny. But then he sees them. But it's already too late. He's gonna rout him, but it doesn't matter. This is his only unit that he has against 6 phalanx units. I mean, he's just gonna do a head-on charge, and he loses. He loses a ton of horses. And they didn't even touch my guys. So, here's the stats. I deployed 1,103 men, and I killed 1,320. My opponent, PalangitePower, he deployed 1,607, killed 470. I had 696 men remaining, 279, and my opponent had 279 remaining. So, good game to PalangitePower. Thank you all for watching this Rome Total War replay. And I'll see you next time.